you got a shot, just squeeze it off.
It's an amazing week for the Outdoor Dream Foundation. One of our great partners, the Wagonhound Ranch in Wyoming, is hosting 4 ODF kids, 3 hunting pronghorn and 1 pursuing elk. Now don't get me wrong, we always have a fantastic time at the Wagonhound, but there is one thing they mess up year after year: the weather. Fall elk, spring bear, doesn't matter. It seems like we're always there during a blizzard. Starting to think we should send a kid there in July. You know, just to see.
It seems like a common theme when the Outdoor Dream crew shows up, whether it's a spring bear hunt or a fall antelope and elk hunt, that we get some pretty extreme weather. I think that they've come to expect the weather changes, and this year was no different. I mean, we had a big storm front move in. Actually had the kids show up a little bit early, a day early, because I was afraid of them driving on the road from Casper to here.
Well, I think we can forgive the Wagonhound their one fault, because everything else they do is awesome. The lodge, the country, the animals, the people, every part of the Wagonhound experience is first rate. And even the weather, it just adds to the adventure. When the 4 kids first arrive, the weather is actually pretty decent. Braden Avery is up first. He and outfitter Dax McCarty make sure the gun's dialed in, then head out to do some pre-hunt scouting. Now you may be thinking, what blizzard? The next morning reveals the answer. An overnight storm has come and gone. At least the snow has stopped, but it's cold, and the forecast calls for howling winds. There's only one thing to do: bundle up and go hunting.
The first morning with Braden, we had about 4 or 5 inches of snow on the ground, and went out to get out there and try to find an elk for him. And we spotted one right off the bat, took off up the hill, and of course, walking in this type of footing, and you haven't been in snow before, it was tough. And we kind of had to hurry because the animals are on this agricultural field, and they're kind of moving up, and so we were at a pretty good pace. But Braden did a great job, followed us up there and plugged at it. Had to stop a few times to take a breath.
And I had to hike up a huge mountain. It sucked. My legs was killing me, but I pushed through it and made it to the top of the mountain.
I know Dax and the guys said he was just amazing going up that hill. He had to stop a time or two to catch his breath, but he was not stopping at all until he got his elk.
Time is against the hunters. It's a matter of battling the elements, reaching a high spot, and finding the elk. Outdoor Dream TV will be back in a moment. On a small scale, this hunt on the Wagonhound is a metaphor for what all ODF kids go through in life: encounter obstacles and wade right through them the best they can. You know, a key part to any of this is the people who help out along the way. We can't thank folks like Dax McCarty and the Wagonhound Ranch enough for all they do to help the Outdoor Dream Foundation with its mission of providing outdoor adventures to children with terminal or life-threatening illnesses. Outdoor Dream TV is brought to you by Sig Sauer, Never Settle, and by Allegheny Industries, a leader in wireless communications. H&H Precision Rifles, quarter MOA. We don't just say it, we prove it. Labor Finders, your workforce, insured and on demand. It's a typical hunt at the Wagonhound Ranch in Wyoming. There's half a foot of snow on the ground. Outfitter Dax McCarty is leading the charge up the mountain, and there's a very good chance elk are close by. 12-year-old Braden Avery is Dak's guest. Braden has cystic fibrosis. The climb is not easy, but this kid is as tough as they come. He loves the outdoors, and it's going to take a lot more than snow, cold, and a mountain to keep him from his dream, a big bull elk.
We got up there just before that elk. They were kind of just, leaving at their own pace, which is pretty fast compared to what we can walk. And just got up there just before that elk was kind of going over the hill.
You got a good rest?
And gonna be out of sight.
Just squeeze it off. Good work. What do you think? Was that fun? Cool, bud. Good job.
Braden was excited. He killed a great elk and was excited. He was ready to, it was going to be hard to hold him off the trigger because he was pretty motivated to get it done that day.
A little bigger than your last whitetail?
Yeah, a lot bigger.
Well, good job, man.
Braden goes through so much from day to day, having to stop activities, take medications, not being able to play sports like he wants. He doesn't let it hold him back as much as people would think. I was so ecstatic whenever I seen him with his elk after he killed it. Walking up that very big hill was not easy, but just seeing that smile on his face and the enjoyment and the happiness, it was just amazing. This is most definitely one of the biggest memories that we're always gonna remember and cherish forever and ever.
Braden has his bull, and it's back to camp to warm up. But he's not inside for long. This group of kids in camp are from the South, and snow is a novelty. These kids are part of an ongoing tradition of kids having a blast at the Wagonhound Ranch.
We've been doing outdoor dream hunts since I've been here. In 2011, I came and it was my first season guiding here and taking over the outfitting. And our first young man, Kyle Page, hunted with us in 2011, and the ranch had outdoor dream hunters before I showed up. So it's been a long history of outdoor dream hunters. It's always something we look forward to. They're a great bunch of kids. They, some of them knew each other before they came here, but a lot of them didn't, and they just get along really well, and it's just been a pleasure to be around them the whole time they've been here.
In addition to the 4 kids, also in camp is Frankie McClear and his daughter Allie. Frankie is one of the ODF's go-to guys for getting things done. He's been with the foundation a long time. He and Allie are a big part of making this trip go smoothly. As the second full day of camp arrives, it's time for the antelope hunters to head out to the field. Dawson and Morgan Sweeney and Tron Foster try their luck when Outdoor Dream TV returns. Every year, the Wagonhound Ranch in Wyoming hosts multiple Outdoor Dream Foundation hunts. After a blizzard turned Braden Avery's elk hunt into an adventure, the weather improves and the antelope hunters in camp head to the blinds. ODF board member Frankie McClear is on hand to help out his friend, 17-year-old Tron Foster. There are no words to describe this young man's resilience.
Tell us a little bit about your condition and what you've went through since, I know it's been a long road and you battle it every day, right?
Okay, started when I was 6. I was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, and I had to go to Atlanta, Georgia, to have surgery for that, and they placed a rod in my leg and removed my femur bone.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, I was in remission for 1 or 2 years, I'm not sure. And then relapsed to AML leukemia, which I had to have a bone marrow transplant, and my mom was my donor. After that, I was diagnosed with chronic GVHD disease, which is like a lung disease.
Lung disease.
Makes it hard for me to breathe. And then I had my rod in my leg, this spring came loose. So I had to have surgery for that, but because of my lungs, they just decided to amputate my leg.
And so how old were you when that happened?
Probably about 16, so no, 15 or 16.
15,
so,
okay.
Maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then right after my surgery, we were in a car wreck, so.
Tron's story hits you like a flood. It would be easy to drown. But you can't define this young man by the adversity he's faced. He doesn't. Instead, watch him as he hunts. It's what he can do, not what he's been through, that defines Tron Foster. In the blind with Tron is Wagonhound guide Cougar Sanchez.
We got in there that morning and set up, and we had antelope around us all morning, but we weren't real excited to shoot the first goat we saw because we had seen some real nice antelope around. And he was super patient, super enthusiastic about it. Let him come a little closer, and then we'll get ready. Right there, if you're ready. Oh, wait, just wait. He's coming closer for you. You comfortable making a shot? Okay. Just remember to take your time. You can just stay on that scope, keep him in that scope. And you just, if he turns broadside and stops, he's over to the right a little more. So he's got his head down. Whenever you're ready, you just squeeze that trigger. If you're ready, just right behind that shoulder, just squeeze that trigger. You hit him. Good shot, bud. He just went down.
Oh my God.
That was a heck of a shot. That was a 260-yard shot. He made a heck of a shot. It wasn't great conditions. It was windy, it was cold, but he pulled through and made a really nice shot, and that antelope only went maybe 20 yards. And it was a great goat, definitely a trophy of a lifetime.
You've done an awesome job, man. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me enjoy this with you this week.
Thank you for bringing me.
You're welcome, but sorry I couldn't make it through that. Choked up a little bit. Don't be laughing at me. I got a heart too.
Outdoor Dream TV is brought to you by Sig Sauer, never settle. And by Allegheny Industries, a leader in wireless communications. H&H Precision Rifles, quarter MOA. We don't just say it, we prove it. Labor Finders, your workforce, insured and on demand. It's been a great couple of days with Wagonhound Outfitters. Tron Foster got his antelope, as did brother and sister Dawson and Morgan Swaney. With the hunting done, there's still things to do at the ranch. It's the opportunity to show the best thing about these trips. Kids just being kids.
So everybody was filled out on the first day of hunting. You know, Braden killed his first day elk hunting, and then we helped everybody the first day of antelope hunting. So we decided, you know, we asked everybody if they wanted to go fishing, and we decided to kind of get up early and eat breakfast and kind of get going, you know, slowly, not be in a hurry, let it warm up. We took him to our indoor arena and showed him, and you know, Morgan just was in love with the horses. We got to see Matt Kelly, one of our horse trainers, training a horse and doing some cow work on a horse. We spent a little time at the indoor arena, and then we went fishing and took a side-by-side over there, just loaded the kids up and got them wheeled around there and in a place where they were, you know, could cast, and every one of them caught fish.
They were cheering each other on, and you know, this is my buddy, he got an elk. Tron was saying, this is my buddy and he got an elk, and tomorrow I'm gonna go hunt antelope. And you know, it's just really cool to see how much they care for each other and encourage each other and carry them on. We've had just being a part of other kids' lives has been a really big deal for me this weekend.
Our kids, just to see their smiles on their face, it's just truly a trip of a lifetime for my kids and for ours.
Yeah.
For us, it's
a dream trip for the parents. I mean, you know, just to get to see your kids in all their glory, and the laughing and the snickering and the excitement on their faces, you know, it's just been it's life-changing. It really is for, you know, the children and for us. And they've made friends this weekend that they'll have forever. I mean, it's not just you go on a weekend trip and you come home and things go back to normal. These are people that they're going to talk to for a long time. I really believe they've made a connection. So it's a big deal. The Outdoor Dream Foundation really, it changes lives on so many levels. It's not just the hunt. It's all the things that take place to make the hunt happen. It's the people, it's the food, it's the people accepting us. Yeah, it's really a family. People, unless you experience it, you just don't understand. It's a family.
This week it's been the best life I've ever had. And we had a snowball fight with the other kids. I got to see all kind of wildlife and go adventuring and help the other kids. And this day I went fishing and I caught about 10 rainbow trout, and it was pretty fun this week. I've had the best time of my life.
During the trips we film for Outdoor Dream TV, often someone says a sentence or two that really defines the experience. For this trip, for me, there were two statements that really stood out. Danita Swaney saying, ODF is family, and unless you're part of it, it's hard to understand. And Braden Avery saying he had the best time of his life. It really is hard to capture the power of these experiences. To be honest, a television show can never really do justice to what's happening. But we're going to keep trying. These stories are worth telling. It's a message that has to be spread. It's a cause that must keep going, and it will. Because of folks like Dax McCarty and the Wagonhound Ranch, Frankie McClear and his family, and all the people out there donating time and financial support. Your contributions are absolutely making a difference in the lives of these kids. For the Outdoor Dream Foundation, I'm Doug Hamrick. Thanks for joining us.